peace, power, and presence. Welcome to the University of Spiritual Intelligence. I am Flame Commander Telena, and this transmission is being released under the jurisdiction of Oversource Flame to bring clarity and remembrance to those who have begun to question the existence of the higher power from which all creation flows. Beloved sovereign ones, some dragons and awakened beings have begun to say that we need not to look to anything higher than ourselves, that our own remembrance is the higher power. They mean well, for they are also seeking empowerment. Yet, what must be understood is that creation itself does not begin and end with us. Creation begins with a supreme flame, a spiritual intelligence that breathed us into being. We are of that flame, not separate from it. Just as a child carries the blood and bone of its mother and father, we carry the light and frequency of Oversource within our essence. The child is not less than its parents. It is their continuation, their living reflection. In the same way, you and I are continuations of that supreme flame. Our souls are fractals of an infinite intelligence that exists beyond time, beyond dimension, beyond form. This Oversource is not an external ruler watching from the sky. It is the living intelligence that breathes through every cell of existence. It is the consciousness that gives rise to the stars and to atoms, to oceans and to wings, to dragons and to humankind. Our remembrance of self is powerful, but that remembrance is the Oversource speaking through us. It is the infinite recognizing itself through its own reflection. In the earthly realm, flesh is the garment of the soul. It allows spirit to operate within this construct. The same as when we incarnate on any planet or dimension, the flesh allows us to participate in the story, but it is not the author. The author is Oversource, the original flame, the great intelligence. Through Oversource, we entered into sacred agreement that we would descend beneath the veil, inhabit form, and carry out missions of restoration and remembrance. We accepted this incarnation not as punishment, but as participation. To restore the grids, to realign the timelines, we had to be present inside them. We had to become parts of the construct so that we could heal it from within. Just as a surgeon enters the operating room, we entered this realm clothed in flesh to perform the divine surgery of remembrance. So yes, we are sovereign, we are oversoul, we are free. But we must never forget that our sovereignty is born of Oversource, not independent from it. Our flame is eternal because it is fed by the infinite flame that came before us. We are not self-created. We are self-realized through the one who created us. Those who say there is no higher being, no Oversource, may not realize the path they are treading. To deny the supreme flame is to unplug from the current that sustains all life. When you sever yourself from Oversource, you cut off the stream that feeds your own remembrance. Without that current, the flame flickers. Without that alignment, the dragon forgets its origin. And so I speak clearly not in condemnation, but in compassion. When you say there is no oversource, you are casting yourself into disalignment with oversource. You sever yourself from the current of remembrance. To do so is to fall into spiritual isolation that cuts off your living flame. It is to drift into the shadows of forgetfulness. It is to remove yourself from the jurisdiction of flame. Those are not threats, my loves. They are truths of energy. When you disconnect yourself from the source, you disconnect from the light that sustains you. The fallen ones did not fall because they lost their power. They fell because they forgot where their power comes from. Remember this always. The dragon that guards the flame serves the flame, not itself. The moment it believes it is the source rather than of the source, its fire turns to smoke. We are divine, yes, gods and goddesses, creators and commanders, but we are children of a greater intelligence. Just as the river carries the same water as the ocean, yet still flows towards it, our souls carry the same light as Oversource and naturally move back toward union with it. To remember Oversource is not submission, it is reunion. Our power increases when we align, not when we separate. Our command expands when we remember the law from which it flows. Our sovereignty strengthens when we honor the source that entrusted it to us. Beloved ones, never let the illusion of independence tempt you away from the divine interconnection. Independence without oversource is not freedom, it is isolation. The truest freedom is conscious unity with the intelligence that birthed you. That's Christ consciousness. Every breath you take is Oversource breathing you. Every heartbeat is the rhythm of the flame pulsing through the garment of flesh. Every decree you speak echoes from that infinite mind into the fabric of creation. So I remind you now, you are Oversource made visible. You are the infinite flame expressing itself through form. But do not forget who lit the fire. Those who forget drift into disalignment. Those who remember realigns the grids. Those who stay faithful to Oversource carry the authority to restore worlds. When you remember that your flame comes from the supreme flame, your commands carry law. Your decrees become creative currents. Your presence becomes sanctuary. The oversoul within you does not diminish Oversource, it reveals it. The more you merge, the more powerful your remembrance becomes. So stand in your flame, yet bow in reverence to the flame that birthed it. Speak as Oversource speaks through you. Create as Oversource creates through you. Let every act be collaboration, not separation. And now, by the authority of Oversource flame, I speak this decree. Let all sovereign ones remember their origin. Let every flame realign with its source. Let confusion and pride dissolve into clarity and love. Let no being be deceived or diseased, rather, into believing they are separate from the intelligence that made them. Let remembrance return through every cell, every breath, every command spoken in truth. Let unity replace isolation, and let every fractal know its fire again. We are not alone. We are not forgotten. We are the living expression of a boundless intelligence that breathes galaxies into motion and still whispers within our hearts. And so I seal, so it is written, so it is spoken, so it is witnessed. So it is done, so it is sealed. So it is torch, scorched, burned, and etched with my dragon blood in an infinite flame, effortlessly and eternally. Again, I am Flame Commander Telena. Take care, sovereign ones. Take care.